Здравствуйте! Вы определенно прочитали лекцию про нервную систему и ощущения. Вы познакомились с текстами по этой тематике. Сейчас в видео-лекции я хочу представить вам еще несколько текстов, которые относятся к теме нервная система, the nervous system. Я буду читать вам тексты на английском. Для чего? Для того, чтобы вы могли следить по тексту за моей речью, лучше узнавать, как произносятся определенные слова на английском, а также знакомиться с довольно известной для вас темой центральная нервная система на английском языке. Давайте начнем. So, today we'll speak about the nervous system. I'll read texts for you, and you'll have to read them and listen to me to know better the words and to learn how to talk about the nervous system in English, not in Russian. So, let's start. Nervous system. While neurons are the building blocks of the body's communication system, it is the network of neurons that allows signals to move between the brain and body. These organized networks, composed of up to 1 trillion neurons, make up what is known as the nervous system. The human nervous system is composed of two parts: the central nervous system, which includes the brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which is composed of nerves and nerve networks throughout the body. Neuron. Of course, you know a lot about neuron in Russian, but now, please, listen to the short text explaining what is neuron in English. Конечно, я уверена, вы знаете очень много о том, что такое нейрон на русском языке, и можете его описать. Но я вам предлагаю послушать небольшой текст с описанием нейрона на английском языке. A neuron is a nerve cell that is the basic building block of the nervous system. Neurons are similar to other cells in the human body in a number of ways, but there is one key difference between neurons and other cells. Neurons are specialized to transmit information throughout the body. These highly specialized nerve cells are responsible for communicating information in both chemical and electrical forms. There are also several different types of neurons responsible for different tasks in the human body. Sensory neurons carry information from the sensor receptor cells throughout the body to the brain. Motor neurons transmit information from the brain to the muscles of the body. Interneurons are responsible for communicating information between different neurons in the body. The structure of neuron. There are three basic parts of a neuron: the dendrites, the cell body, and the axon. However, all neurons vary somewhat in size, shape, and characteristics depending on the function and role of the neuron. Some neurons have few dendritic branches, while others are highly branched in order to receive a great deal of information. Some neurons have short axons, while others can be quite long. The longest axon in the human body extends from the bottom of the spine to the big toe and averages a length of approximately 3 feet. Look very attentively to the picture. You have already seen these pictures in the lectures of anatomy or at the lectures of neural system. But now you can watch this picture in English. This is because You are studying English for psychologists. Be very attentive. You can read the titles and remember them in English. Let me read this text again for you have an opportunity to describe this picture in English. Я уверена, что вы знаете эту картинку с уроков анатомии или с занятий по нервной системе. Теперь вы видите ее на занятиях по английскому языку, потому что вы изучаете не просто английский, а английский для психологов. Я предлагаю вам еще раз прослушать текст, который только что звучал. Я прочитаю его для вас еще раз. Будьте внимательны, следите за теми словами, которые я произношу. Или следите по картинке за той лексикой, которую вы уже знаете на русском языке. There are three basic parts of a neuron: the dendrites, the cell body, and the axon. However, all neurons vary somewhat in size, shape, and characteristics depending on the function and role of the neuron. Some neurons have few dendritic branches, while others are highly branched in order to receive a great deal of information. Some neurons have short axons, while others can be quite long. The longest axon in the human body extends from the bottom of the spine to the big toe and averages a length of approximately 3 feet. The central nervous system, CNS, is made up of the brain and spinal cord. The primary form of communication in the CNS is the neuron. The brain and spinal cord are absolutely vital to life and functioning, so there are a number of protective barriers surrounding them, starting with the bone, skull and spine, and membrane tissues known as meninges. In addition, both structures are suspended in a protective liquid known as cerebrospinal fluid. Why are the brain and spinal cord so important? Think of these structures as the literal center of the body's communication system. The CNS is responsible for processing every sensation and thought you experience. The sensory information that is gathered by receptors throughout the body then passes this information on to the central nervous system. The CNS also sends messages out to the rest of the body in order to control movement, actions, and responses to the environment. This is the wonderful text. It's about the things that you have already known at the lectures of central nervous system, but it is quite easy to understand, it is quite easy to translate, and quite easy to remember. Let's continue. The peripheral system. The peripheral systems composed of a number of nerves that extend outside of the central nervous system. The nerves and nerve networks that make up the PNCS are actually bundled of axons from neural cells. Nerves can range from relatively small to large bundles that can be easily seen by the human eye. The PNS can be further divided into two different systems, the somatic nervous system and the anatomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system. The somatic system transmits sensory communications and is responsible for voluntary movement and action. This system is composed of both sensory, efferent neurons, which carry information from the nerves to the brain and spinal cord, and motor, efferent neurons, which transmit information from the central nervous system to the muscle fibers. Autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is responsible for controlling involuntary functions such as certain aspects of heartbeat, respiration, digestion, and blood pressure. This system is also related to emotional responses such as sweating and crying. The autonomic system can then be further subdivided into two subsystems known as the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. If you want to know more about sympathetic and parasympathetic systems, then continue watching this lecture. Если вы хотите узнать больше о симпатической и парасимпатической системах, продолжайте смотреть видеолекцию. Конечно, вы все это знаете на русском языке, но как приятно, когда свои знания на русском языке можно еще наложить на знания на английском языке и с легкостью понять текст, написанный на незнакомом иностранном языке. Sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous controls the body's response to emergencies. When this system is aroused, a number of things begin to occur. Your heart and breathing rates increase. Digestion slows or stops. The pupils dilate and you begin to sweat. Known as the fight or flight response, this system responds by preparing your body to either fight the danger or flee. Parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system functions to counter the sympathetic system. After a crisis or danger has passed, this system helps to calm the body. Heart and breathing rates slow, digestion resumes, pupil contract, and sweating ceases. So, this is all in short about the nervous system. If you want to know it better, then read the lecture or listen again to this video course. Thank you for attention. Это все, что касается нервной системы на сегодня. Конечно, это краткие тексты, краткое описание нейрона, нервной системы как таковой. Если вы хотите узнать больше о нервной системе на английском языке, я предлагаю вам прочитать тексты из лекции. И желаю вам удачи!